Hey, I'm Scott Gray from Melon Bomb, and I'm going to show you around the island to a few of my favourite spots. Let's go. I met my wife here in '97 in space off our chops. We used to come here on holiday every single year after that, and I just said to my wife, that's it, I've got to give up my job, I'm done, I can't do it anymore. And then she said, let's do a summer season in Ibiza. I went back, quit my job, and then I got spotted by Vaughan, who used to run the Funky Room at Pasha. And he just said, oh, could you cover for Willie Graff or DJ Pippi in the Funky Room occasionally? And I'm like, yeah, sounds like fun. So first off, this is Melbourne Street Coffee. This is my absolute favourite place to come for brunch. These guys do the best scrambled tofu. The coffee's incredible, warm and friendly. The staff in there are amazing, and the food is always on point. This is Sam. She's one of the bosses and also the Queen barista. This is my great mate, Andy. So what we have here is a healthy Twix, and it happens to be vegan as well, which is great. And the coffees here are amazing. If you look, it even makes the ice cubes out of coffee. So when it dilutes, it still has loads of coffee flavour to it. Okay, so before we go, I've got to quickly show you this. We're getting backstage access, but if you look here, I'm also an artist, and this is one of my art prints that I designed. And it's all about space, happy people in the morning, which is kind of what we were in the 90s. Right, let's crack on. Let's go to the next place. The next stop is 528, somewhere that I like to come and actually party myself. Let my hair down, I haven't got much of that. It's a great atmosphere. They ban cameras, for instance. They put stickers on your phone so there's no cameras being held up. It kind of reminds me of the early days of space when everybody's kind of together as one on the dance floor. The absolute beauty of 528 is it's been the standout space for the last 2 seasons. It's an outside atmosphere, which is kind of rare these days. They kind of shut a lot of that down. It feels like a bit of a throwback to the 90s. There's a lot of love in the air. There's a lot of togetherness, a lot of love, that old school kind of feel to it, you know. If you're coming to Ibiza, 528 is 100% has to be on your list. Melon Bomb started as a party just put on by 4 islanders. I mean, initially we were kind of like an underground version of Glitterbox, I guess, that kind of funky, soulful sort of sound. Our ethos now, and always has been, is to kind of dig deep, always keep the new music coming in, and then dig deep for older tracks, you know, tracks that may have missed the commercial world and kind of got left by or forgotten. Put a crowd in front of us, give us a set of turntables, and we kind of know how to get into people's soul, especially if they're into house music. So we are at Aragma in San Antonio. Now this is one of our absolute favourite places. It's kind of Greek fusion. Anybody that asks me where to come for dinner, I always recommend this place. It's based in the marina, right down the end. They do these incredible dolmadas with a wasabi cream sauce on the side. If you're coming to Ibiza and you want dinner, you have to come to this place. It's incredible. My first Ibiza experience was pretty mental. We all bundled over here in '97. So we all went into Ibiza town, rowdy, drunk, blah, blah, blah. Went to this bar that one of my friends knew the owner of, and they were like, do you want tickets for Pasha tonight? We can get you in. I remember walking into Pasha and just being absolutely blown away by the scene in there. I mean, I've never seen anything like the production and the energy and the international crowd and the weirdos and the cool people, and it just absolutely blew my mind from the instant I walked into that club. From that minute, Ibiza absolutely got hold of me. It had my full attention. So the last place I want to show you, I had a bit of a moment here, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So I first discovered this spot, I looked out on this incredible view, and I think at that point we were thinking, God, how can we ever make it possible for us to come and live here? What could we do? I had my kind of what I call a hippie moment, where I spoke to the island, or to Tanit, who's the goddess of Ibiza, and I've never done anything like it before. I've never been religious or believed in the universe or any of that kind of stuff. But I just felt compelled to say, look, you've got me here, I've brought my life over here, I've got the van here, what am I going to do? The very next day I got a phone call completely out of the blue to say, listen, I'm looking for a roadie, come and see me, let's see if we can find you some work. And then I spent the next 2 years working for him, so this place kind of worked out for me.